What's up, everybody, and welcome to Not Your Grandfather's Vlog. I am in a car right now with my merch model, Stephanie.
Hi.
And we are on our way to the Unsolved Mysteries listening party in Savannah, Georgia at Graveface Curiosities and Record Store. This is my first time leaving Florida in a long time. So I'm excited, yet nervous that we might get into an accident and die. So there's a bunch of different emotions going on right now. So like basically how it works is like when we go there, we're gonna have the opportunity to buy a Unsolved Mysteries soundtrack on vinyl. I know to many people's chagrin it's not on CD or digital. I think that's kind of cool though, because it's like there's not much exclusive stuff anymore in the world. You can just get it all online, but this is well, who are we kidding? As soon as the record makes it to people's hands, they're gonna rip it onto the internet. So that's gonna get online too eventually. But yeah, you buy the record and then they're gonna take you on some kind of ghost tour. So I'm gonna keep you updated throughout our whole adventure here. But for now, it's 120 miles on 95 North. So for now, I'm going to stop. All right, we have made it to Savannah to the Unsolved Mysteries listening party, and we made it alive. But we're here a little early, so we're gonna go explore this wonderful city to the south, and yeah, then show you the listening party. We're here in downtown Savannah. I guess it's downtown Savannah? I don't really know. It's a downstairs bar right there though, and yeah, there's just some places and faces of many different races. So yeah, we're kind of looking at that psychopath over there just yelling. Apparently in Savannah you can just walk around on the streets and get drunk, so
I really respect that. I want to do some of that.
yeah, we're trying to look to do that now. So yeah, that's what we're doing before the event. So the song that's playing right now is the song that plays in the show when the shit is hitting the fan. Someone's about to die. Probably can't hear it too well on here.
Go.
All right, so I am here at Graveface Records. That's the name of it? Graveface Records?
And Curiosities.
And Curiosities. Sorry. I am curious. What's going on? We're here with Ryan. This is the guy that you actually put together the whole thing. You're the reason why we have the Unsolved Mysteries soundtrack, right?
True.
So how did that whole thing come about? Because this came out of nowhere as far as I was concerned. Somebody alerted me to it on our Facebook group. I'm like, what? Somebody made a soundtrack of all the Unsolved Mysteries songs?
Yeah. I mean, I've been obsessed with the franchise since I was, as we just talked about, 7 years old. No, basically, I started TerraVision, which is a sub-label of Graveface, which I started Graveface 20 years ago, like TerraVision maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and Unsolved Mysteries was maybe the first thing on my mind. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to secure the rights for years, and then finally, we'll say, talked the owner of the property into licensing it.
John Cosgrove, who we all know and love. He's even had good experiences with John Cosgrove.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great. Not being facetious, he's great.
No, he's been great. He let me do this.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, I had to pay. It's not like it was a freebie.
Right.
But, yeah, it strikes me still bizarre that no one else has tapped into this.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's how I felt when I started the podcast, because like we were the first Unsolved Mysteries podcast, and we were like, surely, you know, someone else has done this, and no, and that's where we got all the listeners from. So what did you have to do, like, to get the rights, and how did you get the actual songs? Did John Cosgrove send them to you?
no, he put me in touch with Gary, the primary
Gary Malkin?
yeah, the primary composer, and he put me in touch with Dan Alvarez, we'll say a secondary composer.
Okay.
But really an arranger, I guess. He seemed to work hand in hand with Gary.
Okay.
But Dan had 500 DAT tapes or so.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, do you want them all? Because I don't know where this shit is. Like, specific to the Ghost episodes.
Yeah.
So I got this box, this massive, massive box of DATs, and I got that in January, I think. And every single night from January until the end of April, I went through and pulled. I had to find the cues that were written for the Ghost episodes, because that's my release, right? So I had to compare the. I've got like the DVD box set that came out in the 90s, so I had to compare the songs from the episodes to what I was hearing. It was nuts. I mean, there were some DATs that had some information, but
Now, were these DAT tapes just like a raw, like long song file,
some
and they cued in certain parts of the song that was actually used in the segments? Is that kind of what it was?
The problem with not problem, it was actually kind of fun, but the problem with the project is that there were so many different examples. So some of them would just be one long cue, and then I had to figure out the separations. Some had no writing, some were very easy, and I was able to just transfer them. But I guess the majority were separate thoughts. You know, like this is Q1 for this, you know, for Ghost Blimp episode.
Yeah.
Or the Civil War Ghost episode, and then you just go through and match up and make sure you got them all and move right along.
Right on.
But I mean, the reality is, like what you heard on the show is so short compared to what
The actual.
yeah, like the cues are relatively long. I mean, meaning like 2 minutes long each.
Yeah,
But
right.
that's still, you didn't hear that full 2 minutes.
Yeah, you heard
So-
15 seconds
Right.
of it. It was like a little stab or something.
Right. So I think people are just going to be blown away by hearing the entire cues.
Right.
From,
I know I am. I haven't heard the album yet.
well, you're listening to it now.
Well, yeah, so I'm hearing it right now, and it sounds amazing. I heard earlier in there, I'm like, oh, this is the cue where the shit hits the fan in every murder episode. Yes! Like, I got, like, super excited.
On that note, one thing that I thought was pretty interesting about this, so Cosgrove, to save money, well, I don't know if that's his primary reason. I actually think it's a good idea, but he created like a BBC-esque library. So he had Gary compose songs to a theme, right? So in other words, I would get to an episode on those Ghost DVDs and be like, well, why can't I find music from this episode? And it turns out that they actually just reused music from either other Ghost episodes
Yeah.
or episodes that had nothing to do with ghosts.
Yeah.
And it worked the other way too. Like some of these cues you would hear on, you know, a random, I don't know,
Lost Love.
literally any other case.
Yeah.
So I thought that was actually kind of brilliant, like that they created their own library.
Yeah.
So you know, some people are gonna be like, well, where's this Ghost episode? Well, they actually used like 5 different other cues from other episodes to create the music for that episode. So I didn't even include that.
I remember watching the Tallman House Ghost segment. You heard what I think for the first time was what I like to call the Silent Night, Deadly Night, because it sounds like dun, 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 but it's like evil sounding, and you hear that theme throughout many other
Right.
segments after that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense.
I just thought it was super cool. Like, I don't know. It seemed very well thought out.
So how did you like take them from the? How did you convert them from the DAT tapes onto the vinyl that's being shipped out now?
I've got a recording studio, so.
Oh, so you did all that
Yeah.
technical business. DAT tapes. That's like an old school way of.
Yeah, step one was finding a really nice DAT player.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even, when I got that big, I call it a bag, it was really a box. I like to visualize myself holding a bag of 400 DAT tapes, which did not happen. But yeah, I had to find a DAT player, and that one wasn't great, so I found another one. And yeah, that part was easy.
Okay.
It's really just making sure you've got everything. And then I spent probably a good month just being paranoid, thinking that I didn't get it all, you know? So I just kept going back and being like, where's that cue? Because they start to sound really similar.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of them, but some of them do sound pretty fucking similar.
Yeah.
So I started second guessing myself. And that triple LP version, whoever was able to score that, because that's sold out.
I got one.
Yeah, I mean, that is literally every single cue that was ever written for the Ghost episode.
Oh, cool. So how's like the interest been on these so far? Like as far as like have they been doing alright? As far as like, I mean, I know people have been interested in them, but like have the sales been halfway decent? You know, people shown.
Yeah, I mean the triple LP sold out immediately. It wasn't many copies.
Yeah.
But it sold out I think in 5 days. Single LP. I did a inventory check the other day, and it's looking pretty low. But I'll probably make another batch. I would think. I don't know.
And you're the source. Like you're the source. You started everything. It started here in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah. Well, TerraVision started in Savannah, but Greyface started in Chicago many years ago.
Like, so how was it? So you got to talk to John Cosgrove. Like, how was it? Like, what did you have to do to get the rights to this? Like, what kind of negotiations did you have to have, etc.? Because we all know he's very close guarded with his trademarks and his copyrights and all that.
I mean, I just begged him repeatedly.
And he finally relented.
I'm pretty good. I guess that's why I'm able to do all this. I think my one gift in life is being able to talk people into things.
Oh, nice.
Where, I mean, there was lots of trepidation.
Yeah.
And
what do you know? Like, what was he worried about?
The things that he has created went on to be very successful.
Yeah.
So he just doesn't want the few things that he spent his whole life making to be in the hands of some idiot. And I'm an idiot, but not that much of an idiot.
That's the thing that I kind of wish he would be more trusting of, like, younger people when it comes to. It's like we're not trying to make a joke or a mockery out of it, or at least I know I'm not. I know obviously you're not.
I mean, I can't imagine anyone. That's an incredible property that
Right.
he owns. Like
Some people ironically like Unsolved Mysteries, but
yeah,
you know,
I guess you're right.
Because there's a lot of people like, oh, the reenactments are so bad, they're
Yeah.
good, blah blah blah. But like, I legitimately love all that
Yeah,
shit. Like, I think it's awesome.
It's literally everything to me. I don't know how else. I don't know what else to say about the property. Like,
Yeah.
It's,
How did you first get into Unsolved Mysteries anyway? Like, what was your
I
first?
just saw that there was a Halloween episode coming up, and I was
Like back when it was running
Yeah.
on live.
Yeah,
TV.
exactly.
And
And
not live, but whatever.
yeah,
Podcast.
when it initially aired.
Yeah.
And anything Halloween since I was a little kid, I've been obsessed with. So
Okay.
I tuned in and was actually floored, and I was actually freaked out.
Yeah.
So, and I even then wasn't freaked out by much. So yeah, that's it. I mean, that was the beginning of it.
What's your opinion on the Dennis Farina episodes?
Come on,
I had to ask.
that's a.
I thought sometimes I feel like I'm one of the. I don't know. Like, I know my co-host Mike hates the Farina episodes, but you know, I don't know, some people are like, well, the Farina episodes are on YouTube, so what's the difference? And I'm like, get out of here, you're banned from the group.
I mean, look at this. That's the difference. That's the fucking difference,
Yeah.
people.
Stack on the arm. So,
Stack.
so what's your favorite? I know this is kind of a hard question for Unsolved Mysteries tonight. What's your favorite episode, segment, case, if you have one, or if you have 2 or 12?
I mean, the initial 4 from that ghost.
The Halloween.
Yeah,
segment.
I can't shake them. You know.
What would the initial 4 on there, or what was some of them? Do you remember?
I mean, Tallman,
Oh my God, yeah, that's a fan favorite.
Queen Mary,
Queen Mary, that's a pretty good one.
General Wayne in.
General Wayne, solid.
Yeah. And what was the name of the other one? It sounds just like Tallman, but it's a different word. It's on the back of.
Almond, Paulman,
No.
Malman.
Tatum.
Tatum with the
Tatum's
two old
ghost.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one make me kind of like tear up. When the old guy.
It was beautiful.
And the woman's like, I'm sorry, he never gets like this, and he's just he's shook. He's an old man, and he's shook that something that he can't explain in his world is happening. The bell ringing.
It's
or
a
whatever.
beautiful. I mean, like no joke. It's actually really.
It
beautiful
is.
moment.
It's the one that gets me choked up every time I see it. I think of my grandparents.
Yeah.
But yeah, mine's the Allagash abductions.
Yeah.
I'm a UFO nut. So the UFO one's on there. I was like,
Full disclosure. If this goes well and John doesn't hate me, I plan on doing those next.
oh yes,
So
that's awesome.
so there's your little
Be all over that.
there's your little sneak peek.
I might not be on the Lost Love so much, but
Yeah.
the UFOs I'll definitely be on.
Yeah.
So where can people go if they want to get a copy of the soundtrack?
Terror-vision.com.
Terror-vision.com. I'll put a link to it in the description.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to me, Ryan.
Thank you for
appreciate it.
Thank you for doing what you're doing and coming up and chatting.
Dude, no other place I'd rather be on a Thursday. Okay, so apparently I'm too drunk and stupid to hit the record button correctly, so we're on the ghost tour in Savannah right now. And yeah, it's very historic, and we are here with our tour guide, and his name is Spiral, and he's not saying hey now.
He did the first time though.
But yes,
He's laughing at that.
I didn't hit the
in his
record
mouth.
button. Can't blame me. I haven't been drinking as much. No,
It's
fine.
really hot today, guys. It was like heat index of like 101 or something like that.
Yeah.
Triple crossing Drayton, everyone.
Not getting
Be
hit by a
scary
car.
for very living, very real drivers.